yo.
Boom. Hey, yo.
Yo.
Hey, yo. That's right. That's right. That's right. A little too cold for you now, isn't it? Mosquitoes.
Yes, I was going to say December, a well-known time for mosquito attacks.
How you like me now, Kentucky? No. Suck it, mosquitoes. Thank you for joining us. Good to be back. Sorry I missed the show Wednesday. A lot going on. Definitely been quite a bit under the weather as well. Still, just almost there as far as the kind of the gut situation. But it's a I'm not going to say what else.
It's a fluid situation.
A little bit. It's less than it was.
It's
a semi-fluid situation. Anyway, I digress. What a way to start the show. Tyler, how the hell are you?
Oh, man, I'm good. I am very excited. We have conference championship weekend in football. We are so close to the playoffs, so close to a completely new playoff that we've never seen before. Oh, God, I hope that happens. But no, man, I'm doing well, Ron. How are you today?
Doing much better than the last 2 days, and looking forward to a nice sporting weekend. Obviously, all the ones that you could see on TV, the football, the college, the professional, maybe some hockey even in there, maybe some basketball, baseball. I don't know about baseball. But
look, the Dominican League is going on right now.
Winter League. Peep it, yes.
Albert Pujols is crushing homers out there.
Fox Deportes. And then tomorrow, which we took a little bit of got way too deep dive into the history of Patrick Henry High School. I'm going to go watch them in their CIF championship game, but I won't get into all that.
A little bit of a shady past.
No, it's just more than what I thought I was going to see in there in the alumni section. But hey, you know, hopefully time heals all wounds. I don't know. Anyway, and then maybe a little golf on Sunday early in the morning with time to get back and watch some football. But
there you go.
Let's shoot. Where do we start? Where would you like to start?
Let's start. I mean, I guess since we did touch on it, let's.
Yes. So MLB still super locked out for now. As we talked about on Monday's show, I guess kind of a good sign that they were still willing to put pen to paper on some of these big deals for guys. Manfred is so bad and annoying or whatever. The letter thing was super. We didn't need the letter. Then he had a press conference the next day saying look, it's a lockout. Yes. Okay, it's literally a lockout, but it's not bad. It's just the beginning of the end of the lockout.
Thing.
He pretty much said it's the beginning of the end of the lockout. I was like, whoa, dude. Whoa. Okay.
I mean, I guess he's technically correct. Since the fact that it started means it's heading towards an end, right? I guess.
Can't end a lockout until you start a lockout.
Exactly.
That is a fact. So maybe this guy is starting to get it together. Now
he's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he's just 5D chess over there. But we'll see what happens with that. They have enough time. I think, I would assume, the power brokers involved on both sides, the players and especially the owners, realize they're just getting more and more marginal if they miss any games in the season. Mm-hmm. So we hope for the best. Thoughts and prayers, T's and P's, whatever you want to say. Hey, the clock is ticking, gentlemen. We are through the looking glass. Now it's time to work it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of real curious what's going to happen. I know they said a couple times during the week, in the lead up to this, they would, both sides would meet for meetings, and then 7 minutes later, the meeting was done, which that's obviously never a good sign.
Yeah, but, it's a little bit of a fight, but then it was cool, and we all went to Shake Shack and just kind of kicked it. As long as we don't talk about baseball, okay? Are we agreed? All right, cool.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I think you're right. Is that like kind of the closer it gets to the season, they're going to realize like, okay, we're all missing out on money here, like by not doing this. So maybe that's just a baseball hopeful in me, like hoping they don't miss any time. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't hear anything like until maybe the start of the year. Like both sides are just going to be like, all right, hold out, whatever. And then maybe in January, like we're going to start hearing stuff every day.
Well, and I think it's early enough to where, okay, football's in full swing right now. College, right up, we're conference championship week, setting up the playoffs. NFL, trying to sort that out. Now we're getting into like the real meaty part of the season. As everyone always says with like NBA and NHL, the season doesn't really start till Christmas sort of thing because they play all those games. So they do have this kind of dead period where they can just do whatever they're going to do behind the scenes. I don't know. But hopefully they'll actually make some steps forward before it gets to like, oh man, pitchers and catchers supposed to report here in like 3 days and haven't heard anything. Then something's going to be bad.
By the way, did you see that some of the players for MLB changed their Twitter profiles to like the blank image from like video games, like when you create a character?
No, but I like that. Good.
It's good. And then MLB pretty much removed anything involving active players from the MLB.com website.
Yeah.
So
Hey, these guys, talking about adults here, okay? So
that's right. That's right.
That's what you're getting when you deal with the MLB.
I'm just curious to see what what MLB the show looks like next year if they have a lockout feature.
Just hit the lockout button. Your team's in last place. Like, hey, do you want to go to the rest of the owners and try to push this lockout through? Like, I could save you like $50,000, dude. Come on, just listen. Just listen to me, Blue Jays. Please hear me out. Real quick, let's take a look at the Premier League over the weekend. Woo! Chelsea going to West Ham. We're starting off strong. 4:30 in the morning. I will not be up for that. Well, I say that now, but you never know.
Yeah, I'm not waking up to watch that, but I might be up to watch that.
If I am up to watch it, yes, then that could happen.
Yeah, West Ham has looked like absolute dog shit their last 3 Premier League games. Just like nobody can complete a pass, nobody can maintain possession. And now you're going up against probably the second best, either first or second best defensive team in the game. So I don't have high hopes for this one. I'll just say that.
Let's get a point. No, let's get all 3.
I would accept a point. I will. Well, I want to say I'll go crazy in celebration for 3 because it's going to be ass early in the morning. But
also, I do like this idea from CEO Nick. The show, Caribbean League.
Ooh, I like
edition.
That. I like that. I do like that idea, actually.
But moving on down, Burnley going to Newcastle. What a heater that is. By all means, definitely bet on it because why not? Why not? Just do it. Entertainment purposes only, of course. But
I wouldn't even know it. I'd probably bet the draw on that one.
Yeah. That would be one of the rare few where I would just, let's just go with the draw. Like, I'm looking at this. This deserves a draw. This doesn't even deserve to be on TV.
100%. Oh, it's definitely a Peacock exclusive. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Buried on deep cock. But on to the next game. Brighton going to Southampton, another heater. But I still am partial to Brighton for whatever reason. I don't know. They're not that good, but give me Brighton.
They're a good defensive team. They just have no attack. But
my guy Cucurella, dude, that's my guy. Maybe it's the hair. It could be the hair. It pops on TV, but it makes him look faster and it makes him look cooler.
I thought he looked good against West Ham. A lot of Brighton looked good against West Ham because West Ham looked like dog shit. So
yeah, we don't have to dwell on it too much. Liverpool going to Wolverhampton.
Oh god,
that is wolves to the slaughter. Rare that you say wolves to the slaughter, but as that old expression goes,
that's going to get ugly pretty quick. I think Liverpool's just like they're just on another level right now. I can't imagine that's going to be anything under like 2-0 will be a win for Wolves.
Jaime's got it at 4-0. Liverpool. The Greek has spoken.
I can
On to the next
100%
one.
see that.
And yeah, City over Watford, possibly to the same extent. It could be a bloodbath. And that one being the late game here, especially on the West Coast, like the one that people are probably going to all be up to see that do follow the Premier League. Man, I hope it's not on NBC. Is it on Sports Network? NBC?
I believe that'll be on Sportsnet. Yeah, I will say I'll give Watford this. The last 4 games they've been playing pretty well, and Emmanuel Dennis has been scoring goals against teams he has no business scoring goals against. So
Manny
maybe he
Dennis.
can get so maybe he can get one across City, but I mean City will have 2 or 3 at least by that point in time. So yeah, can't imagine that's going to be fun one for them.
The Man City factor of if they are tied, or even if they're only narrowly winning at halftime, well, we're going to bring in like 3 more guys that are international stars.
Yeah, 3 other guys that would be starting on literally any other team in Europe.
On down to the next one as we follow along with the Greek. Brentford going to Leeds. The feel-good story of the year that it started out for the Bees. It just has definitely hit a little bit of a dry spell. But again, it's still before Christmas. Still time to get it back now. But Leeds did actually score a goal and win a game. So they are in prime condition right now. Hard pressed to disagree with you on that one, Greek.
Yeah, Brentford's just struggling to get any goals across. Leeds all year hasn't gotten goals across, but they aren't conceding that many either, to their credit, which is the exact opposite of what got them into the Premier League. So yeah, I could see like a 1-0 Leeds win in that one.
And then, with all the excitement going on in the city of Manchester, Crystal Meth Palace, as the Greek likes to call them, going into Man U. Like 19 interim managers, although I guess they're maybe going to stay with the one guy now till the end of the year.
They have their manager for the rest of the year, yes.
And maybe we'll see. Potentially keep him on, depending on how it goes. I don't know. Seems unlikely, but got to say Man U in this game. Any really like football, you don't see it so much in basketball because it's just too much like disruption of the. But yeah, like American football, soccer, whatever, where coaches do get fired in the season sometimes. It can go either way in some of these like turmoil games, but I think one team being so much better talent-wise than the other, I think it's going to go way in favor of Man United in this turmoil game.
Well, and usually like for the first 2 or 3 games, like under the new manager, there's kind of like that renewed vigor amongst that team, and then kind of like shit maybe starts to settle in and they start losing again. But yeah, I could see. Although Ronaldo may or may not play, they don't know. If he doesn't play, I don't know who else is scoring for Man U.
Could be significant, yes.
Bruno had a goal yesterday, but it seems like Ronaldo's scoring all their goals, so I don't know.
On to the next one. Jaime, the Greek, is on your side. Justin, soccer historian. Spurs over Norwich, 2-0.
Norwich is not good.
Norwich is not good. Norwich is not good. It never seems like they ever have a chance of scoring a goal. When they do, it's almost amazing. But Spurs also is even more of the chaotic team where you have the new manager saying, oh, I realize the problem is they're just not good. So that's pretty bad for the new manager to come in and say that about his own team. But Spurs at home. I mean, you got to have it. It's Norwich. You got to win this game. If they don't, it would be hilarious. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, Spurs got the win against Brentford. What was that? Was that yesterday? I think. Yeah, they won. They won 2-0. Son got a goal. Harry Kane has still only scored 1 goal in 14 games for them this year, which is like I don't know. Before it was kind of like he'll work his way out of it. Now it's like, oh, this is kind of a trend. Now it's like pretty concerning. But look, if there's a game where Harry Kane's going to get right, this has to be the one.
Yeah, I mean, but I could say that about every game because he scores like 30 goals every season up until now, and it's like, is he really like trying? Like, I know he was pretty close to leaving before the season, decided to stay, and then all the chaos and all the crappy results and everything. Is he even really just like, I mean, they still got England qualifiers to play for, so
I suppose.
they want to stay sharp for those, I guess.
Then last game on Sunday, we have the Stevie G led Aston Villa home against Leicester. I'll say this: I think Villa has actually looked pretty good in the 3 games against Stevie G. I know they just they lost against Man City, but Man City's going to beat everybody, so there's no shame in that. They've looked good. Leicester finally started scoring again the last game or two. I kind of like Villa in this one. I think the last few games they've just looked pretty good against decent competition.
They got the Stevie G fact. And Gerard!
Oh, you beauty!
Yeah, Leicester is better, but Aston Villa is playing better right now, I think. So, could be an interesting game. I don't know what the betting situation is on that. Wagering. Sorry, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that.
Please believe that.
Arsenal over Everton. Yeah, I would see that even at home for Everton.
It's so bad right now.
It's just going in opposite directions. Arsenal's been kind of back, getting a little groove going, and Everton is just really falling off big time.
Yeah, I mean, they just got absolutely just thoroughly embarrassed in the Merseyside derby a couple days ago. Arsenal, they're still getting smashed by good teams, but then they're beating everybody else, which that's kind of like when
Just
you're in their position, that's what you need to do. Is win the games you should. Yeah. So I can't see Everton winning this one. I would take Arsenal on that one all day.
On that note, and happy wagering, I wish you all the best of luck out there if you do, hop in on some parlays for the Premier League. But let's get into the college football collegiate ranks. Every big conference championship weekend. I know Tyler was telling me about the Conference USA championship game. That was, I don't know if it's still going, but it sounds like it could go forever because of all the points.
That one is a final in a real defensive classic. The Texas San Antonio Roadrunners beat the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 49-41.
Oh man.
I think the over-under in that one was like 50. So, yeah.
Hey, good on you. If you also, just always take the over in college football. Just almost always take the over.
Especially if it's a mid-major, take the over.
Yeah. Where defense goes to die. But and some other side pieces with college football, it also became crazy season when we had the movement, Lincoln Riley going to USC, Brian Kelly going to LSU, becoming the mouth of the South. All the transfers that we talked about earlier, too, the decommits from Oklahoma, it seems like all of them are going to end up at USC. I know Malachi is already committed to going over there. And I don't know about the rest of these guys, but it seems like they're going to follow him over there.
I think one or two others. I think one other on this list, and maybe one or two others that weren't on this list have decommitted from OU and going to USC now.
I did see also, I think a defensive lineman or something at Oklahoma. They asked him about Riley's quote when he did his introductory USC press conference. We're going to make this the mecca of college football, and he just put in the comments, he literally told us that 2 days ago. So that's what's going on in college football. That's
he's a consistent man.
That's right. No, it's just wherever I go becomes the mecca.
Exactly.
And also, who's the top-ranked quarterback prospect for the 2021 class, he is now leaving Ohio State University. I won't say it out of respect for Tyler. Also, is he really going to go to Texas? Do you want to go to Texas? Does anyone want to go to Texas? If you have all the choices in the world,
you're going to a team that lost to Kansas and now is going to have to play Alabama and Georgia. I don't know if that's the best move there.
But shout out to his haircut. I mean, that's
nice.
Pretty sweet. And he's ready for hockey season for sure. But yes, definitely. He of course will enter the dreaded transfer portal.
Get in the transfer portal. You want to go? Get in the motherfucker.
You want to go? And then one last thing before we get into previewing the weekend. As we just briefly talked about, yes, it is official. Brian Kelly He has gone to LSU. He has become the mouth of the South overnight, seemingly on the plane ride. And he just hit a stone cold stunner at halftime of the basketball game the other night. I will give you the full cut here. I know some of you have probably already seen it. And then I have a couple other little small ones that I enjoyed, especially when you really want to get into just the staggering transition that he has made.
It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family, and we are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans and to be part of what is going to be an incredible ride here at Louisiana State University.
Hey, he got right to the chase.
That man is from Massachusetts. I don't think he's even been south of the Mason-Dixon line.
You don't know that. You don't know that. Everett, Massachusetts, born and raised. But he's got a family. And more importantly, I just want to say, I remember when I was just a young boy, and my daddy, Ty Kelly, sat me down on his knee as I was sitting there next to my brothers.
Next to my Meemaw.
Gabriel, my youngest brother, and Dalton, my oldest brother. He told me, someday, I don't know why, I don't know when, but you will have to put on a totally fake Southern accent. And you just be ready when that time comes, son. Okay?
Oh, man. Yeah. I think I had texted you this when we were kind of talking about, like, I don't think they'll officially accept him until he starts calling it Louisiana.
Probably true, but he's working. Look, that's a pretty good turnaround coming in that hot. That took him what, like 36 hours?
Yeah, say he's been there. I think he's been in the state for 24 hours.
Oh, dude, I think he should have just said, I was just having some fun or something, which I have not seen him say anything to that effect, but now you just look like a clown. But hey.
Shucks, I was just goofing about.
Oh, But let's get into the games coming up this weekend. And this one actually is going on as we speak.
It is.
Oregon at Utah, the rematch for the conference championship of the Pac-12, the Conference of Champions.
Call me crazy. I think Utah's going to cover. They're narrowly winning 38-3 with 10 minutes left right now. So
hopefully they can just edge that out.
Just hang in there, boys.
Everyone had the Utah cover is sweating it right now, big time for sure.
I remember, when I saw the line, I was like, I understand that it's hard to beat a team twice in one season, but Utah so thoroughly destroyed them. What made anybody think this game would go any different?
Yeah, and I just randomly caught on the tail end of PTI today that Wilbon said he considered Oregon the favorite in the first game, even though they were underdogs by the point spread. And they were ranked higher at the time. I was like, well, that's not how it works, though. With
it doesn't
point
mean
spreads.
Anything. Yeah.
And they just got the doors blown off of them, and it looks like it's happening again, just even worse this time.
Yeah, I mean, it was 28-0 at halftime. 23-0 at halftime. And honestly, it could have been even worse. Utah, for some reason, was trying to establish the pass early on, which led to some turnovers. But Oregon has just done absolutely nothing offensively. Utah's just punching them out repeatedly, and Oregon has no answer. It honestly looks like Oregon versus Stanford over most of the years, where it's Oregon can run on anybody else in the world, but then when a team just punches them in the mouth, they just completely wilt.
Yeah, and look, just a shout out to the Utes. This will be the last time anyone wins the Pac-12 for the next decade because Lincoln Riley is going to USC, and it's over.
True.
They're winning every year for the next decade.
And this may be the last hurrah for Mario Cristobal at Oregon. The rumors are that the U is going to be throwing a ton of money at him, although apparently Oregon is equally throwing a ton of money at him. I did see that somebody was reporting it is going to be Brian Kelly / Lincoln Riley numbers being thrown at him. So, hey, good for you, Mario. Get your money, man.
At this point, good for everyone. I do think it's funny that they still, I think Jay Billis tweeted this out a couple days ago. So wait, coaches get mad at guys for like sitting out bowl games and championship games, and yet coaches could just bail. Like, especially like Notre Dame might have a chance to actually be in the playoffs still, and he's just like, "Nah, I'm out."
Yeah, it's can't be mad at the players in this situation at all. It's obviously been a long running kind of like double standard with college football that now I think people are finally kind of starting to be like, oh no, actually, like that does suck for the players. Like that's pretty shitty.
Yeah, the person that came to your living room when you were a junior in high school and talked you into going to Oklahoma State, whatever it is, and then they just like up and dip out. Like, especially if you're in a situation like that where dude, we have a chance to actually get in this playoff, and he just hit you with the "I'm out, y'all," in his 2-minute whatever meeting with the team at 7 a.m. or whatever it was reported to be, and then full draw when he's at the LSU basketball game.
Well, look, thankfully, Kurt Russell uncovered the transfer portal, so now players can jump into that and bail just as easily as their coaches.
True, very true. On to the Big 12, where I mean, Oklahoma State's got a real thing going on here as far as winning this game and maybe getting in the playoff. Baylor probably a little too far out of it to move up that high, but still got to think it's a good game. Definitely an over game again. We're talking about the Big 12.
Oh my God,
and we are talking about these two teams especially. When you're talking about good teams in the Big 12, over all day.
Yeah, I know when they played each other about 2 months ago, Oklahoma State won the game 24-14, which I know would indicate the under, but both teams' offenses have kind of really come around recently, and their defenses have fallen off a little bit. So, yeah, I definitely think the over is going to hit in this one. I do like Oklahoma State. I do just think they have a little bit too much firepower for Baylor. That's not a knock on Baylor. Hell of a team. They're going to be good for the next few years, I think. But it's Oklahoma State's time. Plus, Oklahoma State has to win, maybe get some help to get into the playoffs. We don't know, but, step one is they got to win. So I think they do that, and they will get through, and they will cover that 6 as well.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with all of that. The MAC championship game, and there is one particular stat that Tyler pointed out to me that we must pay attention to. Tickets available as low as $4 still.
Dude, if you're in or around Detroit, why would you not go? $4, and you're going to see a game that like they might reach 100 points.
This game will take 5 hours because they're going to score so many. You're going to get so much value return on that $4 investment, even if you're sitting at the top.
And I didn't come out with that 100 just out of the blue because they played each other at the beginning of November, and the final score is 52-47 in favor of Kent State. So
we see the over/under set at 74.5.
Hammer that over.
Even with these crazy college numbers, I would say yes. Also hammer the over.
But yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. Like the MAC was really weird this year. Both these teams were 6-2, but their point differential, like in conference, Kent State only had a +11, and Northern Illinois actually had a -1 point differential despite going 6-2. Just really weird game. Look, neither team plays defenses; both are high-powered offenses. I'm inclined to think Kent State still wins the rematch. They'll cover. It'll still be a close game, but it's like $4. Go to this game. It's going to be a fun track meet.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. If you live anywhere within the Southwest or Alaska Airlines zone and can get to Detroit, all right, you're probably in for like $60 on the ticket, $4 for the ticket for the game. Hit up a Motel 6. I mean, you can see a conference championship game with probably over 100 points combined scored. You're out the door, less than $200.
I say don't even do that. Just get a flight in the morning, watch the game, and get a flight back as soon as the game's over.
That's the Super Saver deal. You still get to see the game. On to the Mountain West.
That should be a fun one.
San Diego State, local legends, taking on Utah State. at Dignity Health Sports Park, where you want a conference championship game for sure. We've seen, well, probably not a lot of people have seen, but I have unfortunately seen some of the attendance that San Diego State is getting at these games. Even though this is a conference championship game, as you can see, tickets as low as $15. I mean, I could drive to that one.
Something tells me you're not going to get the same dollar unless you love defense.
No, this
You're
will
not
be
going
the
to get
opposite.
the same dollar value.
If you like tackles and incomplete
Punting.
passes, punting. Oh, yeah.
Pat McAfee's going to fucking love this game.
Well, San Diego State has like the number one punter in the country. I mean, this guy's popped 80 a couple times this year. So,
for the brand, baby.
He's going to be down there closer to sea level this time. So maybe not getting 80 out there. But the 15 in a stadium that holds like, I don't know, 25,000 people. Like, yikes.
Yeah, like this is one where like I look at that line and I'm like 49.5. I give me the under all day. Give me the under on that one. San Diego State's offense, despite what the weird thing they did against Boise last week, like their offense is terrible. Their defense is really good. Utah State is, they're fine. They're solid offensively, but I just like this is going to be low scoring. It's going to be pretty dull. But I still like San Diego State to cover, and I like the under.
I like San Diego State to win and not cover. But it's going to be low scoring and ugly, and that suits San Diego State. That's where they want to live. Sun Belt. And Raging Cajuns, I know they had a lot of hype at the beginning of the year. Still ended up 11-1, but they're very much on that margin of you pretty much got to go undefeated to even in their case, more so than Cincinnati, like to have a chance.
Do you remember who their loss was to?
I don't.
I'll give you a hint. They're back.
Oh no! Oh, that's the most damning thing. They're lucky they're even still ranked. They're lucky they're even still ranked at 11-1 in the conference championship game.
But yeah, these teams played each other in I think mid-October. Louisiana ran away with it, 41-12 or 13, something like that. Just absolutely blew them out the doors. It's kind of a weird situation with that Sun Belt Conference because Louisiana's division is absolutely terrible. I think Louisiana is the only team that finished above 500 in conference play in their division. And then App State's division was just kind of like top heavy with them, Coastal Carolina and Georgia State. That said, despite them somehow losing to Texas, I still think Louisiana is a really good team, although now their coach is going to be gone. He's over Florida now. I still think App's the favorite. Oh,
yeah, -3.
Give me Louisiana.
Yeah, I like Louisiana as well, just based off of that alone.
Yeah, I was reading that wrong for some reason. I thought that was Louisiana -3. Yeah, give me Louisiana.
On to another, well, not as shocking, if you've been following it, but just in the context of the last decade or so of college football, the SEC championship game where Alabama is a 6.5-point underdog. Don't really see any disagreement with that. Tickets as low as $448, by the way. So if you want to get out there, maybe put a down payment on it. And
take the whole family.
Also, that is at the Megatron's Butthole Stadium in Atlanta. So it's not exactly Dignity Health Sports Park. And the lowest ticket available is currently $448. But this is going to be a big SEC classic.
There's Chick-fil-A in the stadium, though.
That's right. It is on Saturday.
It'll be open. Saturday.
That's right. This one, man, this is going to be tough as far as the over-under. I like Georgia to win. I think I like them to cover too, but I also kind of like the under. I mean, Georgia's defense is like historically outstanding this year. I think they're giving up like 9 points a game in the SEC.
Less than that.
That's ridiculous. And Alabama's defense is giving up like 13. Like they're not bad either, but Georgia has just been so much better than everyone they played. I mean, yeah, like you're not going to blow every team out by 30 or whatever, but they have looked just dominant with the defense that they have.
Yeah, to your point, Georgia in 12 games this year has given up 83 points, which is absurd. Yeah, like it's It's an interesting matchup. Like, kind of like the more I've looked back on it, it's pretty amazing what Bryce Young has done with that Alabama offense, considering like their line is not very good. The receiving core is okay. The run game's not very good, but Bryce Young is still kind of putting up Heisman numbers. Granted, at this point in time, if you're the quarterback for Alabama, you're automatically a Heisman contender no matter what.
Yep.
And then Stetson Bennett is not, he's not putting up numbers that are going to blow you away, but he's doing enough. He's doing what Georgia needs him to do. Just, don't turn the ball over. Our defense is going to shut him down. Just be economical with the ball. Be a field general, and we'll be all right. I think at the end of the day, on both sides of the ball, Georgia's line is better than Alabama's. That's going to be the big thing. I like Georgia to win. I like Georgia to cover. If I was pressed, I'd probably go the under, but I kind of want to stay away from it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's right in the sweet spot of, I could see Georgia winning. I already picked them to win. Not as crazy about the cover, but I could see them covering also because I think just their defense can really take even great teams like Alabama just out of the game entirely for long periods of time. But yeah, 49 in a college football game, they all just go so long. There could be more than 49 and a half points. So we'll see. But I like Georgia to win and remain obviously at number one going into the playoff.
Look, Georgia's in the playoffs no matter what at this point. This is another one Alabama has to win to get in. Another loss. That's 2 losses with no conference championship. I don't think, unless there's ultimate chaos this weekend, Alabama's in a must-win situation here to make the playoffs.
Agreed. On to another team that is currently in but cannot afford to ever lose. God forbid they win, but narrowly and get bumped out. Cincinnati, America's sweetheart, hosting Houston, also a pretty damn good team. And Cincinnati favored by 10.5. I'm not crazy about that. I like the over, but I think this can end up being a lot closer game than 10.5 points. I just sentimentally, I'm going for Cincinnati. I just want to see them win, just to see it one time. Just let them get into playoff and just have their day. You might just end up getting crushed by Georgia, whatever, but just to say that it happened to get in there.
Yeah, with you 100% on that one. Houston is a pretty damn good team. They lost the first week of the season. They lost against Texas Tech. It's a game that I think if they played each other now, Houston probably would runs away with that one. Just week 1 jitters, whatever you would call it. And yeah, Cincinnati has to win to get in. I'm kind of with you. I like Cincinnati to win, but I don't like that 10.5. I think Houston is really good. I think they're going to keep it close. I do like Cincinnati to win, but I like Houston to cover.
Agreed. And I will just clear the floor for you, sir, on the next one.
Oh boy, here we go. Big Ten title game here. Michigan and Iowa playing in Indianapolis. There you can see tickets only $240 something. So maybe I'll fly out there and get a seat. We'll see. We'll just see what my day looks like. Maybe I'll fly over and catch the MAC game early and then try to get a connector to Indianapolis after that.
Fly it on over to Indy.
I think the ticket for that game would be more expensive than the rest of the trip combined.
Oh yeah.
But look, you got to imagine Michigan's definitely got to be the favorite. Iowa, really good defense, really bad offense. In fact, there's a couple things I added in here that I saw earlier this week. This was a quote from Iowa's quarterback, Spencer Petras. It's not going to be a Big 12 football game where the quarterback can sit back there for 4.5 seconds, just do what he wants, which it is a true statement. He's not going to be able to sit back there and do whatever he wants. But then after he said that, it was quickly pointed out that against Iowa State, a Big 12 team, he was sacked 4 times and also only averaged 2.8 seconds to throw. So him trying to throw shade at the Big 12 and then just immediately getting shit on, I thought was hilarious. Somebody else then also pointed out that Baylor has more sacks than Iowa, and Michigan has also given up very few sacks. Iowa's given up 31. So, look, again, Iowa's offense just is not good. Their defense is really good. Michigan's defense playing really well. Michigan's offense, the run game playing well. I don't think Michigan's going to be able to do to Iowa what they did to Ohio. I don't think they're going to be able to get 8 yards of carry and just run at will, even as good as Michigan's run offensive spin all year. I still like Michigan to win. Don't know if I like that 11. I don't really
I don't like
that.
the 11, and I'm almost. I mean, 43 is so damn low, but I'm almost saying under even.
This could easily be like a classic Big Ten, just like this game gets done in like 2 hours because it's just everybody running the ball, clock
Yeah,
constantly running.
you just have good offensive and defensive lines, both sides of the ball, and then it just ends up like, I don't know, 17-9 or something. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch. Obviously, we don't have to get too much into it. How badly Harbaugh needs this in the context. I mean, yes, he got the Ohio State win, which he desperately needed as well, and in a dominating fashion. But getting in the playoff, I think, like I said, just guarantees 10-year contract for Harbaugh.
I think like there definitely is something right about what you said there. Like I think it is going to be a big deal. I know just from what I've seen and heard, most Michigan fans are kind of like, look, beat Ohio, like anything from here is just, cake. Like if Michigan were to lose this game and miss the playoffs, you might be upset, but hey, look, beat Ohio, who really cares? But I still think kind of like, yeah, he does kind of need this win. He needs to not have a letdown, which this is a massive trap letdown game. But I think
see Justin's predictions here.
this Iowa offense cannot score 1,000 points if you gave them like 10 years.
3 seasons. Yeah, there's just no way.
But again, it has all the makings of a letdown game. But Michigan again has to win to get in. I think Iowa doesn't really have a shot either way. Yeah, I still like Michigan to win. I don't like that 11.
11 just seems too. I mean, in a Big Ten game, like that just seems ridiculous to me. It's always like slow, just like dogfight. But
Yeah.
Let's get into the professional football ranks.
You forgot one. Wait.
Sorry. Go ahead.
ACC.
Oh, that's right. The ACC. Come on, right. Demon Deeks.
All I'm going to say for this one is bet the over. Both these teams have very high-powered offenses. Pittsburgh has some semblance of a defense. Wake Forest has none. Their defense is let them score so we can get the ball back. This is probably going to be a pretty fun, exciting late game. I'll say Pittsburgh. I do like they've got a potential Heisman quarterback with Kenny Pickett. He's got over 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns. They've got a potential Heisman candidate in their wide receiver, Jordan Addison, who's got 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns. It's pretty much going to be those two against Wake Forest this whole time. Give me the Deeks. Give me the Deeks at plus 3.5.
Woo, man! All right, I think this is a hard one to pick. All right, I did my sentimental pick for Cincinnati, so I'm going to do my seemingly more realistic pick and take Pittsburgh to win. And over, yes. We saw the Wake Forest North Carolina game, which was absurd. Thought they had it in the bag, and then I flipped back to the channel, and they gave up like 50 straight points. It's insane.
Yeah, like so that it definitely hammered the over in that one. I think if that one's under, I would be very surprised.
But as you can see, a active weekend, conference championships, even for teams that are not getting into playoffs, always exciting games. And we will see what happens there. But as I alluded to, we now must discuss the professional football ranks and bringing in the Corey's Market and Liquor, Celebrity Hotline Corey's Market and Liquor, 3122 University Avenue. We do check IDs and we do have money orders. Please believe that. No ID, Justin. Welcome into the program, sir. How the hell are you?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing well, not as well as you. As we take a look back at last week's picks.
Fucking heater.
Maybe a potential heater here. As we see Justin winning the week at 8 for 12. Pretty solid. Well, you could set your watch to me going 6 for 12. That's me every week, baby. Every week, 6 and 12.
Wasn't he 9 for 12? Because Washington won.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I was 9 for 12. But, if you want to take one away, that's fine.
Let's go back to the tape.
Pretty sure he was 9 for 12 because I think he was 8 going into Monday.
Yeah, 9 for 12. All right.
Boom.
Glad I wasted all the time making that graphic. 9 for 12.
Graphics department is fired.
Somebody's fired that guy.
It's my intern, dude. He's doing it for free. Okay.
Now you're gonna have to fire a guy that's not even getting paid.
Make sure he gets an F.
You did that. But anyway, yes, 9 for 12. So I'm guessing that's got to be over 70%. That's pretty hot.
75%.
Well, thank you, Tyler, in the math department. I live at 50%. That's just I'm there every week, 3 weeks in a row. 50% of the time, I'm right every time. And Tyler, we're just waiting for Tyler to get back on track. He goes 4 for 12.
Yeah,
Look,
no,
I either have amazing weeks where I win you a ton of money, or I lose you all your money. That's it, man. There's no in between.
Fire and ice.
I know it's winter time, so everybody's bundling up, but I'm out here in some board shorts and a tank top. Certified fucking heater.
That's when you're on a hot streak like that, you can do that. You can get away with that.
It's true.
I got 50% level of layers on right now. That's where I'm at. Just like moderate. Let's take a look at this weekend's games. All right. You know what? I'll defer to the insider heater expert on the program. Justin, start us off with the first game Sunday morning.
Well, I know I already texted you guys picks without the point spread, so I'm going to do my best to stay lockstep with what I texted earlier.
Also, we have a spreadsheet.
There
Shout
you
out
go.
to the spreadsheet department.
Even
I
though-
will be verifying.
Even though I am seeing a large 10.5 number, I'm going to stick with Tampa. Tampa to cover. This is Tom Brady season. It's not winter. It's Tom Brady season. This is the time last year where, if some of you may remember, they were 7-5 off of a bye week, and then they proceeded to not lose a game the remainder of the season. I see something similar. The AB stuff is what it is. Pay your fucking chef, because now you're gonna lose like $1 million over 3 game checks instead of just handing a dude $10,000 for some bomb ass food that you probably ate. But all that being said, I still, Atlanta's really bad, dude. Really bad.
Yeah.
And going in the wrong direction also.
Give me Tampa. I just feel like this is one where they're gonna make an example out of the Falcons.
I was gonna say Tampa to win, but not to cover. But considering your heater, I'm going lockstep with you.
Poor decision.
Yeah. I kind of agree. Although I am curious to see how this AB situation plays out. Especially, I saw somebody brought up that last year Bruce Arians said if AB screws up one time, he's out. Something tells me he's not. Something tells me he's not going to live up to that because Brady will certainly throw a shit fit if they were to cut AB suddenly. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like I know Tampa's been pretty iffy lately, but Atlanta's just that bad. I think Tampa wins. Tampa covers.
All right. 3 for 3 on there. Hit us in the comments if you want to get your picks in. Let's go on to the next one.
Tom Brady will be mad if they cut AB, but if they approach Tom Brady and say, "Listen, Alex Guerrero's mentioned in those text messages. Who's more valuable to you? So long, AB."
True. Team TB12. And he's hooking him up with all the TB12 water and all that stuff that he needs. On to the next game. Arizona, I believe, still. Kyler and Hopkins are game time.
Game time decision.
Last I saw. Jeez. It really depends if Kyler plays, but the Bears do suck. 7.5 at home. I'm sure it's going to be, it looks like a rainy 45 degrees. A little bit slower. Arizona wins, Chicago covers. That's my pick.
I'm gonna take Arizona in the points. Andy Dalton will be playing a quarterback. It's raining. I don't care if Kyler Murray's playing quarterback. I don't care if Colt McCoy. I don't care if it's Chris Strafolsky. I don't care if they drag Jake Plummer's 70-year-old ass out there. The Bears stink, dude.
Naked bootlegs all day.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals. They'll cover the 7.5.
I definitely like Arizona to win, regardless of who the quarterback is. But just because of the uncertainty of it all, I will take Arizona money line.
What? Okay. Actually, probably the reasonable bet involved in all this. Essentially, my pick also, but my pick will officially be Chicago covers and loses. On to the next one, Tyler. You want to tee us up here for the Herbert Burrow Bowl?
Not really. I don't know, the Chargers going across the country to Cincinnati here. Cincinnati definitely looking better than the Chargers have looked lately. I am anticipating nothing changes there. As much as it pains me, Cincinnati -3. I love that for them. Bengals are going to win this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo that sentiment. Sorry to shit on your bolts there, buddy, but
Oh, I'm shitting on my bolts
yeah,
myself. So
they
go ahead and shit away.
they're abysmal at stopping the run, and Joe Mixon is on his own heater of sorts the last few weeks. I think he's averaging like 160 yards rushing a game. Smoking Joe and Smoking Joe, you can't beat.
I mean, they practice outside every day. It's going to be 56 degrees and raining. So I like the Bengals in a run-based game, especially as Justin pointed out, the concerning, shall we say, Chargers run defense and the trajectory that Joe Mixon is on right now.
It's not concerning at this point. It's a fact.
Yeah, okay. Well, my audio was cutting out as you saw on the camera switch, so Tyler, I want to get your pick, but I'm going Bengals to cover for me.
It's all three of us have Bengals covering.
All right.
It's crazy, man. It's almost like all three of us are Chargers fans.
I know, right?
Hold on, go to the next
game.
one while I figure this out.
Yeah, next game we got Minnesota going into Detroit. Minnesota as a road 7.5-point favorite. Detroit will be without DeAndre Swift, who is essentially 100% of their offense. Minnesota's actually been looking pretty good recently. I know they stumbled a bit last week against San Francisco. But Justin, I imagine you're going to be not concerned about Cousins having to play a primetime game here. He is in the Central. It's not going to be too late there. So I imagine that's not going to be a concern for you this week.
No, man, that's a 10 a.m. kickoff in Detroit. To your point, Swift not playing. And I told you guys, I'm not fucking picking these fools no more, all right? It's not happening. Like, Dan Campbell is on his way out.
Dalvin also out. Just
not even. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, yeah, they have Madison. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, let's be honest. Again, drag Jake Plummer's ass and start him at running back. He's running for 150 against that Lions defense. So, give me the Vikings and the points. I will continue to pick against Detroit until they prove me wrong.
The only thing I differ on is Vikings, but not to cover. Detroit covers.
Okay, so you're taking Detroit plus 7.
There's not going to be any points left in that building after the MAC championship game. They're going to burn the scoreboard up.
Oh, man. See, I'm kind of the opposite of Justin. I've been taking Detroit. Well, Justin was taking Detroit all year, but he's jumping off that bandwagon. I think just out of principle, I'm going to stay on the bandwagon. Give me Detroit plus 7.5, even though I have zero confidence in that actually happening this game.
No, this is the one. This is the one where it happens. They're not going to win. They're pretty locked in right now. At this
Detroit covers most of the weeks. They just find ways to lose.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like Minnesota plays up and down to the team they're playing. So I think they're going to win because Detroit is just that miserable. But man, you imagine if it comes down to Minnesota also having to kick a field goal at the end or something? I mean, that'd be good for my pick of the Detroit cover, but I could see it. I could see it happening.
That's just the ultimate movable force versus resistible object of a team that blows last second kicks versus a team getting killed by last second kicks.
In the next one, hopefully the Colts remember that they do have Taylor on their team, because that was baffling to me. But Houston is getting 10 points at home. Insane. Also, I don't know why. Do they have to put the rain on there? There's a roof? Yes, NRG Stadium.
There's a hole in the roof.
Oh, classic Texans. Okay, well then. Now Colts are going to cover the 10 even. Houston is just gone.
Yeah, give me the Colts. Colts are covering.
Yeah, I don't think they make the same mistake this week. I think Jonathan Taylor, they're going to run him into the ground this week. He'll probably go for like 200 yards and 6 touchdowns. Houston, even though they got Tyrod back, they still don't look great. Indy to win, Indy to cover.
on the next game here, I was a little curious about the -6, but only at first because of the Danny Dimes. Then I was like, they're like 4-7. Yeah, they're 4-7. So are they really missing a lot by not having Danny Dimes? Screw it. Miami wins and covers.
Justin, I believe according to your text, you had Miami winning and covering as well.
Let's go to the sheet. And yes, Miami -6. There it is.
I still don't trust Miami, but the Jets do also suck. Miami to win, Miami to cover.
All right. I like that this week we're all going to either go like 10 out of 12 or we're all going to go 1 out of 12.
Yeah, hell yeah. We on Giants Miami?
Yeah, we just took yours from the spreadsheet. Are you standing by that Miami -6?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think that does sound about right because we're all in agreement with you. Into the the other morning and then the afternoon games. The Eagles going to play the Jets. Jets getting 7 points, but God, they are so bad.
So are the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles are bad. All right. Jets. Oh, no, I'm not even going to say it. Eagles win, Eagles cover. I was going to say Jets cover, but no.
Yeah, I believe my spreadsheet says Philly to cover, which I know is shocking for me. But
at a certain point, it's just too much Jets to deny.
Well, it's not even that. Like they got the brakes beat off them by the Giants last week. I got to think that this is lining up to be kind of a bounce back game, and this is the perfect opponent to do it against. So, yeah, give me Philly. Keep those asshole fans' hopes alive for a couple more weeks.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Justin. I think if Philly hadn't lost last week, I would probably take the Jets just to keep it close, just to cover. But I think because they got just resoundingly beaten down by a very bad team, they're going to bounce back this week. Philly to win, Philly to cover.
All right, so we're all on board with that as well. Football team.
Here we go, Ron. Here we go.
1 point favorites. Gotta love it.
So basically a pick 'em.
Basically a pick 'em. You know what? I think the Raiders will win. I think they will win. I don't know what this game is going to look like. But, yeah, Raiders money line. I mean, or just cover, whatever. It's 1 point. So, Raiders.
Raiders.
There we go.
Raiders.
Yeah, I know Justin had the Raiders on his as well. Like I said,
Hey, man, they beat the Cowboys. They're a real deal, dude.
That's right.
This is true.
Gotta stay on path
for
that Super Bowl matchup.
Is Sean Hockley still on the Raiders roster?
I think he's on the practice squad, but they might activate him for this game.
You know what? Give me Washington.
You piece of shit.
I want to mix it up a little bit. Give me Washington in this one.
Man, if only we could just see Eric Dickerson's picks so we could have 100% accuracy.
Dude, then we can text him like, hey, you were right.
Dang. How'd you know, Edie?
Damn, ED, you was right.
He's always right, man.
That's crazy.
He's always right.
I told him the other day.
Hey, just to break show for a second. Tell me, honestly, when he comes on, do you guys just listen for him to do that now?
Yes, now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when I first pointed it out, I was like, oh, yeah, he does do that. But now, when I heard him actually in his segment after, I'm like, just wait for it. There it is. There it is.
I'll be honest, I kind of tune him out when he comes on.
Hey, let me tell you, Petros.
Hey, you know Petros. You played. You know Petros. Even if Petros is not, in fact, on the show in the episode in question. But we move on. Shout out to friend of the program, Eric Dickerson, Rams legend.
That's
but
right.
SMU legend.
The Ram bastard.
Jacksonville at the Rams. Hey, good segue. Yeah, I'm just talking about Dickerson. He was just telling me the other day.
Professionalism.
Rams -13. This seems like you hate to see the minus 13, especially because the Rams have just never really busted out. But this is the bust out game against the Jags at home. 13's a lot, but I still think the Rams do cover. I know I picked against them last week. Shout out to me because it was correct. But this is like are we trying to be serious here? Because we need to beat these fools by like 21 right now. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams to cover. Jacksonville sucks.
Rams to cover. Jacksonville does indeed suck. And Stafford's pissed.
In my head, I've
I
been
didn't
trying to
specify
come
which
up.
Stafford was pissed.
You're right.
That's true. He just said Stafford. That's true. Hey, you're right on that. You're right.
Damn, you're right.
Yeah, in my head, I've been trying to come up with reasons to take Jacksonville plus 13, and I can't even do that. I do think the Rams are going to be pissed off. They're going to come back and just put an absolute beat down on a terrible team. So yeah, Rams minus 13 to cover.
All right. On to the next one. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Always just a long running rivalry.
Why don't you go ahead and take this one, Steelers fan?
Damn, you're right. You're right. Okay. I kind of have a photo negative version of their colors, but Lamar Jackson has just kind of sucked ass for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it seems like the Steelers, as best you can, even when he is playing well, seem to give him a hard time most of the time. So 4.5. Baltimore. Now Baltimore wins. They get back right. And they cover that.
I was about to. I'm pretty sure I picked Baltimore on the spreadsheet. This
You
would
did.
be the one
Go the
game
sheet.
where I was kind of actually toying with the idea of switching my pick. There's no way Tomlin has a losing season. It just can't happen. But with them being 5-5-1, they can afford to drop this game and still rebound for an 8-8-1 season. So give me Baltimore to win and cover. I agree with you. Get right.
I like that theory. I was just thinking about that. If they just go even 500 with a tie, technically not a losing season.
He's above 500. Yes,
Oh yeah, first ever 8-8-1 season too.
that's right. God. Yeah, I mean, you're right about Lamar not looking great the last few weeks. Pittsburgh somehow it's 5-5-1. I don't think they're even that good, but they always play them tough. I like Baltimore to win, but I like Pittsburgh to cover.
Got you down here. Oh man, the Seahawks are so bad. Apparently snowing in Seattle. Or potentially snowing in Seattle. I did see there was
taking the Seahawks, ladies and gentlemen.
You are?
He is, yeah.
Well, I'll be. Well, I guess maybe Debo's not going to play, but the Seahawks suck, dude. 49ers going to win. They're going to win by more than 3.5.
I mean, full disclosure, I have personal resentment issues for why I'm making this pick, but, that's irrelevant.
All right, Seahawks cover for Justin. We'll see how that works out.
Ron, say who you were taking?
I'm taking the 49ers to win and cover.
Man, this one.
Look, man, it's science, dude. The rest of Russell Wilson's body has had time to catch up with his fucking technologically advanced
The finger has way too far outpaced it.
I still don't like San Francisco, but Seattle has just been so bad. San Francisco to win, San Francisco to cover.
I'll be the Lone Ranger, bitches.
Look, losing Debo that is a factor if he's not going to play. But they're finally just running the ball.
It just means the game's going to be
12-7
final.
It just means
sounds like a cover to me. And then on to the Sunday night game. The Chiefs, who are very much back. Thank you. You're welcome. Because we caused it. Chiefs getting back. Denver, well, I won't even disrespect your Chargers that much to say they're back. 9.5. The Chiefs will win, but they will not cover 9.5.
The Chargers are back to being the Chargers. We know that.
Unfortunately. So my pick is Denver covers.
I was literally about to say this is the pick I'm going to change, but then you said Denver covers, and I don't want to be a copycat, so I'll stick with Kansas City to.
Hey, I'm not trying to
nail that
steal
one
your
down.
thunder, dude.
No, this is the anti last year Kansas City, so they're totally going to cover.
Okay. Chiefs cover. Wow.
Man, yeah, this one. Kansas City to win, but Denver to cover the 9.5.
I like it. I like it so much I picked it. But we will see. I don't actually. If you want to throw out a pick on the Monday game, we could do that. I just don't have it in front of me.
Wait, who's
Buffalo's
the
2.
Monday game?
Buffalo is 2.5-point favorites hosting the
Oh,
Patriots.
Pats?
I already know what Justin's pick is.
Holy shit. Well, didn't I text you my pick?
You text us New England, but you've also said in the past you were not betting on Buffalo anymore.
Yeah, so give me New England. That sounds about right to me.
He's taking New England plus 2.5.
I'm taking the same. Patriots cover.
New England's defense is stupid good, dude.
They are really good.
And Buffalo's defense is no slouch, but I'm pretty sure they're without Tre'Davious.
Yeah, it seems like they're dealing with several injuries there, and it hasn't really got back to how it started, like the first month and a half of the season, like
And
what everyone thought it was
Tre'Davious-
going to be.
Tre'Davious might be the best cover corner in the league that nobody gives any fucking credit to. Like, he's a really good lockdown corner, man.
Well, you're
So
buried
it's
in
not
Buffalo,
like you just
dude.
it's not like you lost, Arnett, you know what I mean? Because he blasted a gun, like you lost a lockdown corner, like that's no bueno.
Yeah, I was thinking about going Buffalo just to be different, but the more I think about it, New England's just hot right now. Buffalo's up and down. New England plus 2.5.
McCorkle's gonna dice him up, fool.
All right, it's locked in.
I also have them recorded on a spreadsheet, so
Yeah, I do spreadsheet by hand.
Fucking heater's about to turn into a forest fire.
Massive blaze. Backdraft.
backdraft, exactly, yes.
They're gonna
Well,
be
we
like,
will
"Is
see
that-
what happens there.
Is that Burning Man? No, that's just Justin on a fucking 2-week
I
heater,
can see it
bro.
from here. It's like when you coming down the hill in Vegas, you see the Luxor thing, just like. Anyway, there you have it. There are our picks. We will be back on Monday to update you, and we'll see if Justin could just keep this heater going. Can I maintain my 6-12 for the season? Although I guess we got a Monday now pick, so could throw that off.
Hey, regardless of whether this heater continues or not, what needs to be said and what's much more important, 13-4, bitches, back on track. Let's go.
Back on track. Well, the Raiders got to win this one to keep our Super Bowl
And just
collision course hopes alive.
I'm seeing an awful lot. I'm sure you guys have saw some of it too. There's an awful lot of like, yeah, the Cowboys won, but that was an ugly win. Cowboys shouldn't be happy after that win. The motherfuckers played 3 games in 12 days. Like, give it a fucking rest, Like, of course they're gonna not be perfect, throughout. So, and not only did they play 3 games in 12 days, now they're playing 2 more road games the next 2 weeks. So. This is the gauntlet here. If they can come out of these next 2 weeks,
Late in the season.
It's a wrap, dude. It's a wrap.
Look, I'll also say this, yeah, sure, they're pissed off about that game. I'd rather be pissed off with the win than pissed off with the loss. So
100%. And shit, that's the number 1 rush defense in football. Like I knew we weren't going to be able to run the ball. You look at the last 3 times these teams have met in the regular season, and I don't think any of them have gone above like 30 points. Last night's game was one of the more higher scoring games in the last like 4 times these teams have matched up. But
That's right. Damn, Jo, you're right. You did call the under.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do know him. I do know.
I was just talking to Justin the other day. He said under.
He was right.
takes it back. Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
Al-
But you know
also-
what the difference is? Is we actually have text to prove that.
We
And
have
you
proof,
are a
yeah.
real human being that I text.
Also, I mean, look, it's been said on the show before, mostly by you, but I don't think either Ronnie or myself have denied it. Michael Parsons is that dude. He's that dude.
Yeah,
Beast. Beast. We got another Diggs interception, although it seemed like they were just handing him out at the end,
oh yeah,
which
yeah.
threatened the under for a little bit there.
It did.
With
It did.
like 85 points scored in 2 minutes of game time.
No, that was wild for sure. And yes, to your point, Michael Parsons is that dude. He's quite impressive. I think 10.5 sacks now, rookie record for the franchise. And yeah, I mean, he's just rolling, dude. He's leading the league in pass deflection, or leading the league in quarterback hits, leading the league in hurries, leading all rookies in sacks. I mean, what a gem. And that's what makes me laugh when there's actually members of this fan base that are out there like, man, we should have drafted a corner. Like, you do realize that means you don't get Micah Parsons, right? Like,
Right.
like fuck, potential defensive player of the year. We do understand that, right? Some people, man. Some people.
Some people. And don't worry, Saints fans. Just remember the good times.
Come on, Shady, scared, probably people didn't fight that was on the
Future Lions quarterback, Jameis Winston, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, don't do that to Jameis. He's too beautiful to go to Detroit.
Bro, how about that deal they gave Taysom where they're like, hey, look, you only get this much if you're going to be a quarterback. And now he went out and showed why he's going to be getting paid that low end of that contract.
Oh, dude, that's
Hey, if I'm Taysom's agent, I'm rolling in there like, what are the running back numbers looking like?
Exactly.
we can work something out. Huh?
Man, rushed for almost 200 yards against us. Like, good lord.
Well, anyway, that's all I have. So I want to thank both of you gentlemen. Thank you to CEO Nick. Jaime, I saw you in the comments. The Baron, as always. Everyone that tuned in. Guys, have a good weekend. Enjoy some good football, college and pro. Stakes are high right now. Definitely a lot to be enjoyed out there. And go Patrick Henry. Just not that one person, but I guess they're, you know.
I don't know about thanking Nick, man. That guy's not even going to the fucking soccer game.
Ooh.
What a bitch.
Anti-American is what he is.
That's right. He hates freedom, but, you know, like,
Yeah.
We're
Thank you
chipping
guys so
in
much
our
for-
buck 05.
Oh, no. That's right. That's right. But yeah, we'll be back here on Monday to recap, hopefully, a really good weekend of sports. Thank you guys. We love it. You know the drill. Keep the fire.
keep the fire.